What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Edgeworks Studios. I'm Drone Shot FPV, trying out a new intro. We're going to get this nailed down at some point, but before I said welcome to the drone show, so gonna work something out. But today I've got a new knife that I'm going to use on an NSK Kogyo Oboro knife. I did set the bevel already. I used the 200 NSK Kogyo Oboro knife, but it was because it was a test. I would have recorded it, but I was already in the middle of it, and I just wanted to see, because I'd resurfaced the 200. I will be doing another knife in ZDP 189 with that 200, but this one is a HAP40. That's from Kawatsu. Hope I'm saying that right. Michael, don't kill me. He sent me a pronunciation thing. I need to study it more. It's been pretty busy, but this is a beautiful HAP40 Santoku, 165 millimeters. I'll show you in the GoPro, of course. Get a good little shot over here. So far, from what I've seen, and it's been very minimal because I just got it, but this thing is a laser. And if you look here at the geometry, it is mega thin, and you can't really tell that well here in the GoPro, but it's pretty doggone thin. Now this is a 200 grit edge, so all I'm going to be doing is refining it further. I've already set the bevel that I wanted, and it came fairly sharp, but as with the HAP40s that I've been getting direct from Japan, it's almost like a zero edge, so to speak. Now, I don't want to say it is a zero edge, but it's very close. And I always find some rough stuff going on there with the actual edge itself. Some of it's burr, some of it's chipping, or maybe the way it was ground. I don't know if it was a rush job. I don't know, right? I don't know who sharpens them. I'm assuming Kawatsu. It's Kawatsu. I'm assuming, obviously, he does, because he handled the whole thing from my understanding. This is a bar stock. I believe it's preheat treated. Don't quote me on that. I'm trying to find more information out. But this is the last one of this model. He can't source this anymore, supposedly, but I wanted to check it out. Super cool knife, but I'll show you real quick. So 200 grit edge, a little noisy, but this thing, it's pretty insane already. But of course, I don't want a 200 grit edge. I want more. So what I'm going to do, like I said, is refine it a little further. See if we can't quiet it down a little bit whenever I have it exactly where I want it, which might be a 2,000, maybe 3,000 grit edge. I'll do a slice test with like a tomato. That won't be today because I just need to do a quick video for you guys. I want to say hello, see how your weekend's going. Hope everything's been good for y'all. Great news, Mom's coming home Friday. So that should be awesome. That's way ahead of schedule for those that know the story. Those that don't, my mother's been very ill. She almost died. Was looking at 6 months recovery. This has now been almost 2 months. On the 11th, it'll be 2 months. But yeah, that's insanity. So that's good stuff. So yeah, it's been busy. Plus graduation for the school that I work for as an IT director. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this started. I do want to let you guys know, I'll bring you back real quick. I am doing these this week. I've put it off long enough, and I need to do the Zarlik Gen 3. I'll probably do a several video release like I've done before, like a couple, throughout the week. But I'm going to do these with full-size knives as well as pocket knives on the Zarlik. It's just I had a lot of things to do, and one more final video with the Vitrified diamond stones. I'm sending them to Matt, and I appreciate it. Donma, again, the HK Knife Works, the NSK 200 came from him, as well as the FSK 400, the monster beast, right? So I appreciate you giving me a shot there to test those out. And Matt, thank you for the 1K, but they're going back to him. He doesn't really do YouTube, but he does have an Insta. When I get it, I'll post it. I suggest you guys check it out, and we'll encourage him to do some videos for us. Other than that, we've got our giveaway going. It is for more Altstone Fukami and a chef knife. We're approaching our 1,000 sub giveaway. I have some new knives coming that are contenders for the giveaway for the 1,000, almost said 1,000 grit subs. Let's call them that, right? For the 1,000 subs, but it will be a Japanese carbon steel knife, and it will be sharpened. So anyway, all you got to do is be a member of the channel by subscribing. No, not money-wise, just subscribe to the channel and comment on a video starting from last Wednesday until 2 weeks from last Wednesday. I'll put the date in the description. So, all right, let's get started on this here bad boy. So this NSK Kogyo, we love it. We know it. We want some more of it. I did condition the surface with the wafer that it came with. Yeah, let's just get started. We'll listen to it here. Like I said, I've already put the bevel on with the 200. I did a nice little fine little bevel there. I kind of followed what it had from the factory, but like I said, it was almost a zero edge to me. But anyway, so we'll just get her started and then we'll talk some more. Do some long strokes first, because I like to check too and make sure I'm looking good. I'm going to check it, make sure we're looking okie dokie. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. Anybody do anything fun? Or do you have any upcoming fun plans? How many that have children are your children out of school? Oh my gosh, that's actually already put a burr on it just with that little bit. Holy crap. Insanity. We were, of course, as you saw from the video, we were in... we didn't take our son, but we were in Gulf Shores, Alabama, and that was a good time. But yeah, if you're going somewhere, even if it's just a little bit in the future, let me know. Let me know in the comments down below. Be curious to know who has all plans for what. It's nice and quiet. I'm gonna tell you, this thing already has a burr, so I believe that I can go. I may get to this king 1K today. I don't know. It's the Resin Bonded Diamond King. Man, it's hot in Edgeworks Studios today. It's warm outside. I did just get done grilling dinner, so that could be part of it. But wow, it's kind of warm down here. I need to get me a little fan. Just double checking, making sure we're looking uniform. This is a beautiful, beautiful knife. I don't want to mention what the wood is because I'm going to say it wrong. I thought it was pagoda, but I do believe this knife. I've got the specs. I got them downloaded, so you have to forgive me. I'm such a goof at that sometimes. Sometimes I'm like on it. Sometimes I forget to do it and have to do it after the fact. So, but I've got so many. So you guys remember the Funayaki or Boeki, however you want to call it, knife from the last video. So what I did is it cut okay, but I went ahead and did a test because I realized, wait a minute, those knives are fishing knives, right? Is what they call them. The fishermen use them, etc. So I'll show you real fast. One of the things I did, just to test and make sure that I got a better edge, was I thinned it behind the edge some. I didn't come up very far just because, again, it was a test. So I came up a little bit here and brought it up just a little bit on both sides, of course. That thing is a whole lot better now. So I'm going to continue with that. I'll do a video on thinning it just a little bit. I don't want to thin it too much. Again, that knife, I don't think it's supposed to be super laser thin, but I'm going to thin it some, right? So that way we've got a nice, fun little laser. I like the shape of it. It kind of looks like a Santoku that didn't quite make it all the way. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go to the other side because this burr is perfect. It's all the way, heel to tip. And as you guys will know, this is one of the first ones in at least a couple videos that I haven't had to worry about this in the back, where I said, oh, I'll just come get it at another sharpening, or I'll focus on that. So this thing is perfectly straight. Oh, speaking of that Funiyaki that I just showed you too, it was not straight. I knew it wasn't. Again, it was 30 bucks. We get that. I'm not expecting perfection, so I'm not dogging it. But it was indeed bent. It was kind of bent up in this area some. So I put it in a vise and I just kind of gave it some straightening, and it did sharpen a whole lot better as well. So here I'm just checking this burr and this bevel edge kind of thing. I need a dark background and a light there. All right, let's walk to the other side. I get a little over OCD about this sometimes, guys, so I apologize, guys and gals. Ooh, and I got another stone. I need to show you once I do this here. So beautiful. It's a Uchigamori. Uh oh, dog's gonna bark. Actually, not as bad as I thought. All right, let's look here. Make sure we're doing our bevel justice. Yeah, I've got a knockery coming. I go back and forth between calling it knockery or nakiri. But I've got that and another Santoku candidates, like I said, for the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. All right, so that looks okay. We will proceed. Oh man, I was grilling chicken legs and some ribeyes for dinner. What are you guys doing for dinner? I always do like potatoes on the grill, things like that too, and like asparagus and whatnot. It's that time of year. Our son just got home, so that's why you guys are hearing the dogs, and I do apologize. I always have the worst timing. Like today, I should have already had this video done, and it's being uploaded late, so you guys are going to see it later than I normally do because we were gone today, and I had to do all kinds of stuff yesterday. So it's been a busy weekend for the old drone show here. Okay, I could do a little bit more. But I mean, the bevel, good lord, the burr has swapped sides completely. It does feel even the entire way. So we are good there. Once I figured this Kogyo out too, because you guys remember my initial struggles, and that was user error. Had absolutely nothing to do with this stone. And I knew, I didn't think that there was anything wrong with the stone. But prepping the surface of this thing, you can use it out of the box. It's gonna cut, no problems. But it didn't perform exactly how I wanted to, so prepping the surface, that made all the difference in the world. I'm saying a lot today. I'm catching myself do that. My brain's not with it. Oh, another thing I got today, and I'm very disappointed. I don't know how many of you guys have any kind of experience with diamond plates, but I use a great mixture of a lot of things. One thing I've never used before is one of these. The old DMT Dia-Sharp. This is a 600 mesh, which, whatever, 600 grit. That's 25 microns is what they have it set as their actual grit size rating. And it is nothing but grit contamination, top to bottom. Top to bottom. So I did a test knife, and it had a very nice bevel. It was 1,000 grit bevel that I'd done just a few days prior. Never used the knife for anything. I put it on this thing as a test because I wanted to see, because I felt some catches. Like if I move the blade down this direction, you know, or like, you know, like this, like the edge towards leading, you could hear it like chunk chunk, and you could see in the microscope where it had dented the edge, and that I can't deal with that. It also left massive gouges that were insanely deep and huge on the bevel face. So there, no, I hate that, because that's an American-made product, right? They should be able to compete, and in my opinion, that sample at a minimum did not compete. I'm gonna look at this real quick under the microscope, speaking of the devil. See how it looks and see if we can move on to our deburring. All right. Yeah, she's pretty. Man, I don't care who you are. These NSK stones, they really do put a beautiful finish on every edge. Beautiful. But if I'm going to be honest, this is consistent, right? But to be honest, most resin bonded diamond stones put a beautiful edge on. So we can't say that this is the only one that does it, but this one is very consistent about it. Just a couple quick strokes here. Yes. I'm trying to get the Hokuto, what is it? 1500. Either that or the 3000. Okay. Double check. I do a lot of double checking with this one. It's a very high quality knife to me anyway. It is something that I want it to look as good as it functions, you know. So I'm just checking my bevel here, making sure that the way that it looks and how much of a bevel there is the exact same on this side, and it is. So we're going to go ahead and do our deburring stroke. So we're going to do edge leading. I'll just do it the old way. I do a mix, okay? Those that see it, I'll do like that, right? And then I'll do this as well. Sometimes I'll do this and do light and then swap. What I've noticed with this particular knife is this is perfect. I don't have to worry about any stragglers. I've kind of, well, I say kind of, I've only done it once. With the 200, I didn't have to strop. The stone did it all for me. So, just something to think about. Sometimes I've got HAP40 that the the steel hangs on for dear life. That's when you finish on these higher grit stones, like Todd's mentioned before too. It makes a difference, or a strop, you know, whatever you have. One more. I've already done too many, but that's fine. It's not too many as in it's going to hurt, but just too many as in I don't want to do that many. And before I switch over to the GoPro or the other camera, sorry, and do the cut test, finish drying this off, I want to show you that Uchigomori. It's smaller than I wanted it to be, which I don't care, because I can use it size it is or bigger. Bigger you just pay a lot more for, but check this baby out. That is an Uchigomori. Ushigamori, I don't know how to say it exactly yet. I need to look it up. So GoPro's not doing it any justice, of course. Now, when you get it wet, those stripes, man, I tell you. Get in there. Get her a little wet. There we go. That line down the middle is nothing. It doesn't affect anything. This came from Griffith Shave Works. Excellent, excellent deal on it. I've got some more coming too. Several stones, hopefully, that I can include in the 1,000 sub giveaway. So, man, it's just a beautiful stone. What Uchigomori can do for knives is when you have the soft iron clad and you have, of course, the hard core steel. You polish it out, and you got the Kasumi finish, which is kind of that misty, hazy, kind of cloudy finish. The Uchigamori will brighten that up and make it beautiful. I don't know exactly how it does on edges yet. I'm going to try it on a straight razor. I'm going to try it on the knives and stuff too. But supposedly with the right Nagara, you can get some amazing results. So, all right, here's the same piece of paper we used earlier. Let's listen. I may need to strop. I don't know. I didn't check. Instantly quieter. Way quieter. But we all know there's a snag there. So paper doesn't do much but show you that it can cut some thin paper. I mean, it does let you know your knife's sharp. Make no mistake about that. Don't let anybody tell you any different. I am going to strop real quick. But paper is not the end all be all. So I'm going to use my whatever. I'm terrible at pronouncing? There's your proof. I'm terrible at pronouncing names and stuff. So you'll just have to bear with me. I will get it right one day, don't get me wrong. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to study it. And I'm going to study it and retain it. But for now, just laugh at me. Just laugh at me. All right, I'm going to swap over to the other side. So the red side was supposedly 2,000 grit. I don't know. I don't pay attention to that. The black side here is supposedly 12,000 grit. Again, I don't pay attention to that. I'm just stropping. I do know it has grit, and I do know that it does indeed deburr, and it does indeed work. Every time I've used that strop and that compound, or just that compound, it's done amazing stuff. So I normally use diamonds. So for me to say that about that, that's something there. Okay, here we go. Let's see if that fixed it. Yeah, I would say so. So listen again, and I'll show you a paper towel. Well, that was dumb. I need to look at that under the microscope and see. Did I just screw something up, or am I being weird with paper? No, nothing's screwed up as far as I can see, right? I don't see any like lingering snags or anything. Let me go up a little higher just to make sure I didn't like miss something. No. That's weird. Sometimes you get a weird angle kinked up and stuff. I don't know. I really couldn't tell you guys. It just, shit's weird. Let me get this paper towel here. I'm going to cut it on the roll, and then I'll bring a free hanging one first. So immediately we completely cut that on the roll. So I like to test it free hanging too. So at least know that it will cut a paper towel. That was very easy. So let's try it free hanging here. So it did cut. I didn't pull it all the way through because it did start to snag down here at the bottom. That's a lot of times me hitting the heel. Sometimes it's a snag in the edge. I mean, there's no telling. But yeah, so it is what it is. It did cut it some. It's not where I want it to be yet anyway. I'm going to grind some more on a 1000. Today's video is getting a little long, so we'll just continue this in a different video. We'll finish it up. But this thing is a beautiful, beautiful knife. I'll show it to you one more time in the GoPro. I'll put the specs up on the in the description, and I'll pin a comment too, and I'll get you the wood for the handle. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful knife. There are other knives by this maker on knifejapan.com. Michael's an amazing person, so be sure to buy a knife from him at some point. You will not regret it, I promise. Prices are amazing, amazing prices. I'm going to buy a Tamahagane Santoku from him. I think there's a Gyoto and a Santoku. And I'm choosing the Santoku simply because it's cheaper and I don't have a ton of money, but I am saving for it. It's like 900 bucks. It's nine and change, whatever it is, for a genuine real Tamahagane. That is amazing. Okay, so anyway, check it out, knifejapan.com. If you got questions, email Michael. He will help you. He is awesome. So remember to enter into the drawing. All you have to do is be a subscriber to the channel. It costs you nothing. Leave a comment in the video, either this video or any video between the 2-week span. Now that counts for that current drawing giveaway. You'll get a Whetstone and a Japanese, inexpensive Japanese chef knife. And at the 1,000 subs, I'm giving away a Japanese natural stone. I'm giving away a carbon steel Japanese knife, like not one of those little inexpensive ones. It's not going to be a $500 knife either, but it's going to be more than the $10 or $20 knife, and other whetstones and stuff. So be sure to tune in, guys. We're really, really close. I thank you for all the support. I couldn't do this without you. You guys are amazing. I appreciate your time, and I will see you on Wednesday. Peace.